Must be.
Life of the working mum. We're going to celebrate and talk about the massive changes we've witnessed over the last 5, 10, 15 years. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Cleo Whittier, expert property manager, guru swami of property management, master of property management, Sydney, Australia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good, good. Now, you were just talking off air that last night you're going through some photos of the golden days, and you're thinking, shit, times have really changed.
Definitely. So for those of you who don't know, I have a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old. And from that time in between, I was hanging to get back to work. I really wanted to get back to work. And with my firstborn, I came back a little bit later. But with my second, I've been able to come back a lot sooner just based on, all the technology and just the way the world is now, I believe after COVID and working from home and, comparing, that time has been a real journey. I went down the photo rabbit hole as well.
Isn't it incredible how it's changed? And I think we're always focused on what it's not doing or what we don't have when it comes to, working, remote working, and tech and that sort of stuff. But to look back, you really got to celebrate, because man, that's this the shit you can get done now is just phenomenal compared to, like you said, just 8 years ago.
It's true. You physically had to be in the office, and we're fortunate in real estate that there is a platform and support for working mums, going on maternity leave and coming back to your role and finding that transition, quite easy. But at the same time, with with my firstborn, it was come back solidly 2 days a week, because that's all I could do at the time, and physically had to be in the office those 2 days to get my work done. Whereas in comparison now, I can stretch that out between 3 and 4 days, but I get way more done because I can do more from home as well. And just that technology, where do you start? Like earpods are a game changer. Like, I get so much done when I can talk and do at the same time.
Well, that's right, and younger generations wouldn't remember, but we used to have a wedge of plastic we used to put on our phones that would help us put it on our shoulder. So you used to actually get a piece of plastic. It was made specifically for your handset. And that handset, you clicked on the plastic, and it was like an arch, and it wedged on there, and you used to be able to. It was quite efficient because you could write, and you could also have your phone on your.
I
Now,
mean, that's nuts.
yeah, and you're right. Just those AirPods alone. Now, I actually put I had this morning just a bit of. I thought about the evolution, and like people would remember and they would laugh, but it just seems like such a distant memory. But have a look at this. Oi, over to here. I'll go to the side. So have a look at this. So this is about a what is that, a 30-year evolution of mobile phones. And think about working from home. The only part of working from home as a working mum was probably that last quarter. That's when tech was really doing emails properly,
Yeah.
pulling up files and stuff from work that you needed. So I think you could almost say it's really just the last probably 5 or 10 years that's really been friendly towards getting this sort of stuff done for mum. I do have to say, what has helped working mums is also the social impact. that's helped the technology, because people, when you've said I'm working from home, 20 years ago, people would go, no, like, how are you going to look after me if you're working from home all the time? Whereas if you say that now, it's socially accepted that you're probably as efficient working from home than if you are in the office. That's really been a massive endorsement for people working from home, when they're wanting to work from home.
For sure. And, even the Zoom calls and things, like the majority of all my friends are working mums, full-time working mums. I very
Really?
rarely, yeah, I don't really know anyone that is a stay-at-home mum these days. I don't know, like, you have a life before kids, and, a big part of that's career for a lot of women. And I feel like, the husbands are very supportive of women going back to work, because it's their, it's a bit of peace. It's a bit of, getting your mind back from just, looking after babies. But, those nap times, babies can nap, 4 or 5 times during the day. And then what do? You can be on Zoom, you could be, setting up meetings with clients. There's so much you could do in those 2-3 hours that they're asleep, So, I'm very fortunate to, have the opportunity to do the same. I mean, mine are a bit older now, but, just the software, the real estate software, cloud-based, how good you can just turn on your laptop, send out your maintenance work orders from home if you need to. If it's an emergency, there's contacts there. Like, in the early days, I would have had to drive to work and sit on my computer.
That's right.
And it
Just to get one
that would
done.
take too long. One thing done, like.
And remember, like, when you didn't have this cloud-based stuff, you were remoting in, remoting into the office,
Yes.
RP, whatever they called it, and it was like, and every time you did something, there was your mouse going slowly across the screen. That's it's rapidly changed. What's happened, and I think also equality's been very good, where there's now equality for men to take paternity leave, and actually do the equivalent, and it's socially awesome, that guys can do that as well. So I think that's, again, when you're sort of underpinning it, but it's really I think, when do you pat yourself on the back or celebrate that we're now doing that? It's always like, what we can't do or what we don't have, but, like, shit, the world's changed.
It's definitely changed, and changed for the better. Like, my husband's making the school lunches now. Like, he's helping out with, all that side of stuff, getting my son ready for school. Like, it's changed relationships as well, I feel. And there is a lot more empathy there and respect. And, our parents had it way different. That my mum was a stay-at-home mum,
My
and
God.
yeah, like, I would go absolutely nuts, feral. Like, I would lose my mind if I was at home all day with the kids, and then just wait for, my husband to get home to then unleash or, converse for hours, because I'm brain starved. Like, I really would struggle with that.
And
So.
I think it really pops, like, when we talk about our parents and you look at that generation. That's when you see that vast, massive difference between between what you're doing, and what Mum was doing. That's massive. That is
Hugely.
massive.
And to bring it back to, like, the technology side, there's so many aspects of property management that have evolved, even from the simple photos that we used to take on a camera to now being able to just airdrop them to your assistant. Simple things like that, where an ingoing can be done, with 2 people, rather than you sitting there having to upload your photos and then just do it yourself. Like, all that sort of stuff is made my job so much easier and more efficient.
Before we go, Cleo, you can be a testament to what a tech buff I've always been. Like,
Hardly.
it's like it's a bit sickening how much tech I like. But I've got to share something that I love lately with my tech, with to support what we're talking about today. It's and a lot of people are going to go, duh, I know that. But on your Apple phone, when you are FaceTiming someone, my favorite thing to do as a real estate agent now is to share my screen.
Oh,
Yep.
share your screen.
Yes. So now, because we do a lot of project sales, so now I'll talk to the client and I'll say, are you on an Apple phone? They go, yes. I go, do you mind if I FaceTime you? You can turn your camera off. And they go, no problems. We FaceTime each other. Then I basically bring up the project that I'm selling and I on my screen and I go through, slide through, talk about building, this is the floor plan, this is the price list, and I'm actually, it's like the client sitting with me, and it's like I'm sort of pointing onto my laptop or onto a folder that I would
You're
normally
doing a
have with the client.
PowerPoint on your phone. How good.
I'm doing a PowerPoint on my phone, but even more, it's even more fluid than a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Because you know you got that one-on-one with them. You've got that. It's more tactile. You know, as in you're sliding up and down, around, and pointing to stuff on your screen, and then you're switching in and out of. Sometimes I'll go into RP data and show them some data in the area. You know, which is a PowerPoint's not doing for me. Pretty cool.
You just inspired me and in going now with owners that are away, and you could probably have the photos from the previous tenancy if you're showing, comparing stuff. That would work really well.
Well, that's right. You could switch into your FaceTime, and whilst you're in your FaceTime, you could switch into, look, I'm going to do a screen share. Can you just accept that on your screen? And then you're showing them the previous photos from the video, on your thing. Anyway, guys, I think as to where the future's going with this, before we go, what's your punt?
I feel we're just going to keep going steady, and I think that, although the days in the office are important, which we love, there'll be more people, people doing that combination of working in the middle from home, and kids will be better for it. They'll know and appreciate that mum and dad work, and it's a good ethic to have, I think.
So what?
There goes the tech. On purpose or not, because we're talking about technology, but we're still live, and Mark's frozen in a tech world.
Perfect glitch in the tech world. But my punt is, won't be a laptop, won't be a phone. It'll be sitting inside some goggles or some glasses, and there will be your laptop, and there'll be a phone, there'll be all your work emails and your videos and your YouTube, all sitting in that little thing that big.
That's sick. I can't wait.
Thank you so much for today, legend.
See you. I'll see you in the office. Bye.
And congratulations to working from home mums and dads on maternity or paternity leave.
Yeah, congrats, guys. It's a hard slog still. Bye.
Very diplomatic in what I just said. I was dodging the bullets.
I know.
See ya. Bye. Thanks.